Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Reef as always, and you guys are joining me for another episode of First Impressions Friday. This week I'm doing it a bit different than usual. Instead of just jumping in, I'm going to talk about the game first. Today's game is called Project Cars, and this is the Game of the Year edition. Yes, I know Project Cars initially came out about a year ago in May 2015 on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and on PC. This is the Steam version. But I've always wanted to play the game, and we haven't really had the chance before. But thanks to the people at GamesPlanet, UK.GamesPlanet, I now have the chance to show you guys the game. Now, whoa, a bit weird there. It looks like if you don't do anything, it goes straight into the intro. Which, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out on YouTube. It's fucking awesome. But I'm not gonna put that on. It's quite long and. That's not why we're here, is it? We're not here to watch a silly intro. We're here to find out about the game. So, you're thinking to be yourself, Project Cars, Game of the Year edition. Why a racing game, Reef? Why would I want to play a racing game? Now, first off, I myself am quite a big fan of racing simulation games. And compared to games like Forza and Gran Turismo, Project Cars is a lot more realistic. I don't find it as realistic as the GTR Evolution and those, but it's pretty accurate. Apparently, Assetto Corsa is a lot better for physics in than this game, but no, that's not here or there. So first off, before we get started with the gameplay itself, what makes this game really, really cool in my eyes, right? If you go to the options menu. Obviously you can change gameplay settings, and that's just normal things, tire wear, fuel usage, all those things. You know how you change how the game feels for you and caters to your ability. So if you're a noob at this game, you can go on steering assist, you can put that on, you can put on braking assist and all those things. It should help you drive a lot better. You can also put on some guides for you, which help quite a bit. So that's the kind of nice touch that you can adjust the game to your skill level. Controls is really nice thing. Usually in most racing games, right? You have the option to use either a controller or a keyboard and mouse, or perhaps a steering wheel. Hopefully a steering wheel. And with this game, it's a bit different. Here you have, I'm using a custom controller because I have a Logitech Rumble Pad 2, which isn't supported by itself, but you can set it up, which I did. But it has base supported for the Xbox One controller, Xbox One Classic controller, obviously more Xbox One settings. Now check this out, check how many fucking different controllers this game supports. I mean, you go from the Logitech G25s to G27 to G29. I mean, this is like really, really crazy expensive stuff. G920s, more cheaper stuff, more Logitech stuff. I mean, this is quite a big list of controllers this game supports, eh? I think it's a pretty nice touch there. Makes it makes nobody feel out, eh? If you have one of these, you are pretty much sorted. I think there's a good chance that unless you have some really, really, really obscure Chinese thing controller, then you should be supported. Custom wheel, low fidelity, I don't know what that means. But anyway, another nice option. Obviously, quite a bit of graphical options. You can change that visual effects. Also under performance. And hardware just says use shared memory and jitter tweak. I don't know what the jitter tweak is for, but it's not that big of an issue for me. With the video calibration, you can adjust the screen to make sure that everything is perfect. Yes, I know it always says that. You can also change the camera views, or where you want the camera to be, and its speed stability and the movement. I mean, this is a lot of options to go through. Also, a very nice touch is there is official Spotify music playlist. So if you have a Spotify account, you can use these in the game. But I don't know about you guys. I kind of prefer the sound of the engines. It's kind of my thing. Not that I'm perverted or anything. Other than that, what makes the Game of the Year edition so much more special, I would say, compared to the normal version, is that the Game of the Year edition has 50 additional cars, right? 4 new tracks, 60 plus community created libraries, so that's just basically how the cars look and all that. And also, with the Game of the Year edition, you get the Nürburgring, which is a classic in my eyes. It's one of those fave tracks. Everyone when they compare cars, or racing cars for that mean, always compare Nürburgring time. So it's a pretty big thing for me. And another nice touch is there's 2 cars that is just available in the Game of the Year edition from Pagani. Now, it's the Zonda Revolution and the Uhura BC, which were recently unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show. So that's a pretty cool thing. But let me just show you all different cars. I think it's not here where I want to be. This is a pretty cool place. This is a garage where you take any car, you choose a car, and then you can set it up how you want it to be. So your brake bias, tire pressures, traction control, slip. You can change your aerodynamics, your alignment, your suspension, your dampers, your differential, your gearing, your engine. You can also change how the force feedback works on your controller. You can also then see if everything looks good here. It's quite, and save your setups or not. It's quite an extensive thing that you can change in this thing. I have to admit. Why am I repeating that? I have no idea. But yeah, show you guys all the cars in the game to give you an idea. Let's start from the top. We have everything from go-karts to aerial atoms to Aston Martins to Audis to BMWs, Caterhams, Chevs, Fords. I mean, everything from a Ford Escort to the new Mustang. I think this is a new Mustang. And the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth. I mean, I have a friend that used to be a good fan of the Ford Sierra, so it's gonna be quite cool. You also have the Gunpowder Apollo. Nice touches, all these classic Lotus Formula 1 cars, especially the Renault Turbo, which was a monster in its day. McLaren F1, McLaren P1, AMGs. I mean, there's quite an extensive list of cars. I mean, this is one of the unique cars to this game, and here's the other Pagani Zonda. So yeah, lots of cars, more than enough to choose from, even though they are a bit... I mean, the Scion FRS and the Toyota 86 is basically the same fucking car. It's just a different badge, so I don't know why there's so many of them on here, but that's not too big of an issue. Also, I guess some of the games, Gran Turismo has it beat on cars, I have to admit. And there's also quite an extensive list of tracks here. I mean, you can go from the classic Monza to a nice Azure coast, which is like a French highway next to the ocean. There's also, let me just find it here for you guys. Here's obviously Nordschleife and the Nürburgring in various setup forms, which is always cool. Nah, I went past it. I went completely past it. DH. I am going insane. I'm pretty sure I am going insane. Yeah. No, I'm quite going insane. Now, well, the game also has like go-kart tracks where you can use your Pagani Zondas and things on as well, but they don't work that well. Obviously, the tracks are made for go-karts, but you can do it. It is there. The option is there, and like I said, quite a big, kind of decent list of tracks. So they are pretty accurate and visually quite attractive to look at. Other than that, gameplay modes, you have career, where you basically you start at the bottom, you race your way up. Solo, if you just want to start a certain race, you can choose if the opponents are the same class as yours, how many you want, what skill level they are, your grid position, the racing conditions, what kind of weather you want, the date you're racing on, the starting time, the time progression, so you can make it realistic, or make it a bit faster. That just depends on how if you want to race in one race in a day, night, and all that. You can also, which is pretty cool, I mean, online is just normal multiplayer. And time trial.
In time trial.
No, stop talking through. I don't like it when they explain the things for me. I don't know about you guys. In time trial, basically, you can download ghosts of other players or from your friends, right? And then you guys can compare your own times on the same track with the same car and see who is better than each other, which is also pretty good for bragging rights. Now, the main thing about this game, which makes it so cool, is the driver network community events.
Come back here often to see what...
Now, the whole point of this thing is, you see there's a community event. It starts in 1 day in 4 hours. So if you enter, you have to like do the whole thing. I mean, the shakedown, the practice runs. You have to qualify and all that. But if you do really, really, really good, obviously you get the bragging rights, but you can also win real prizes. And this is a worldwide thing. So, well worth taking a look in. If you are a very competitive guy in racing games, or girl, this is the kind of thing to look in. But enough about all of this. You guys want to see the game. So, here you go. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on the game? Obviously, that was gameplay, pre-recorded gameplay that I made. One of my better attempts at a race. I am quite bad at it, as I said. But different camera views and everything makes you kind of like it more, don't you? And I hope you guys don't mind no talking in it, because I wanted you guys to hear the engines. Anyway, there is going to be a link in the description for you guys where you guys can get the game on PC. Obviously, for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you guys can grab it at your nearest store. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of the game, or do you really already have it? And if you do have it on PC, maybe let me know and add me on Steam, and we can maybe race together sometime or against each other. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.